That's how you do a water pump on your 05 Nissan Titan. It may not be how you fix your lack of heat in the cabin, and it appears to have been 100% extraneous.
Don't be a parts changer.
And here I am again doing it. In all of my grooves. Hey, I'm checking it. You don't need to go down there and check it. Let me do this. I'm supposed to be showing you how it's done. I know you can't see it. You want to get in there. Okay. You need to go away. All the hoses feel warm. Oh, and that's a fan. Hey guys, what is up? This is Biff and you're in Fearless Mods Garage, where today we are back working on the Nissan Titan. This time, still chasing after our problem getting heat into the heater core. We get it there every time, it just takes a while. So we got us a water pump and a thermostat, and we're gonna put them in this episode. If you wanna know how to do it to your Titan, stay tuned. We've got this thing on jacks right now with the wheels off. So while I've got it up there, I'm going to go ahead and get a bucket under here and see if I can drain out the radiator so we can get ready to start disassembling up front. Then we'll get the tires on it. We'll back this thing up a little bit, give us a little room to work, set it down to the ground. We're still going to need a stool because of that awesome rough country lift kit that we have. 3 inches of extra height that we have to lean over to get under the hood on this. So first thing first, let's go ahead and start getting that radiator drained out, and then we'll get the wheels on. It's a 19. Oh, that's loose. It doesn't take much because it's just got a rubber seal. That is not much antifreeze. I don't even know if that's a gallon. And this thing looked full, so it makes you wonder if that is part of our issue. I need to check and see how much antifreeze this thing's supposed to hold, but I would think it would be more than a gallon. We're just gonna take off the covers here and start getting our access down here to the water pump. 10mm bolts to take off the cover. I'm going to pull off this intake line, and we should have a good view of what we need to do to loosen up that belt. There's only one belt running across it, a couple hoses, straight access to the thermostat. Looks like straight access to the water pump. This should be easy. 5/16 that I like to use on those guys, makes quick work of them. Pry these hoses off. That's funny, that one's pulled back. And I don't think I just pulled it back just now. That's probably from when we did the starter. As Derek from Vice Grip Garage would say, oh, looks like I've worked on this before. See if we can get this baby to crack loose at all. Holy shnikes, there we go. Get your screwdriver in there and just kind of peel that stuck seal around there as far as you can. And then maybe, there we go, allows you to crack it loose. If you remember, the problem we're having is we're not getting heat very quickly from the heater core. It's working, it's not leaking, hot water coming up through the water control valve, but we might have hot water here and cold water here, even when I had a pass-through pipe. This high point makes me want to put a bleeder valve in right here. We confirmed that the valve is working, both mechanically and electrically. As long as that electric signal is going to it, it should be opening it. We do know that it opens. Once the car's warm, it takes it about good 10-20 minutes of driving highway speeds before it actually starts to blow hot air. And then it blows nicely. I feel like it's got air in the system up high right there, but I also feel like maybe this isn't pumping quite right. You know what? And we've never replaced the guy, so why not?
Don't be a parts changer.
We also might have something blocking the thermostat that is making it not open for a very, very long time.
Don't be a parts changer.
I would think that the truck would be not running as good as it does if that was the case, but it sure doesn't seem to get hot water for a very, very long time. I think I'm gonna leave the throttle body on for now because I can work right here underneath it. So let's go ahead and get this guy off. We did. Can we pull it off and not lose a bunch of water? Probably not. Oh, we did. Yay. Okay, we'll move him over there. Took off the hose. Now it looks like we got 3 12mm that are sort of rusty on there, but we'll see if we can get those guys to break loose. Oh yeah, there we go. Calibrated eye works. Looks like a plastic housing, to be honest with you. Oh man, not only are those babies torqued perfectly, but that thing just wanted to jump off of there. That has got a rubber seal around it. I am going to see if I can get a pan under there. Dead flashlight. See how long. There's a little Harbor Freight light will work. There we go. No fluid. That's fantastic. Hopefully we got a new gasket with that new thermostat. It looks nice and clean. I got this Gates thermostat from Rock Auto, and it did not come with a gasket. So thankfully, we still have the one off of the old guy, and it doesn't seem too brittle. So we're gonna have to use it. It's pretty tight on there. I think that's gonna work out okay. We're not gonna put it in just yet because we wanna make sure our surfaces are clean and keep the extra room there, especially with this plastic housing so we don't break it while we're trying to get out the water pump. All right, so the first thing we did here is we took a picture so we know where our belt routing goes. A lot of times you might have a sticker somewhere here or here that shows you. This Titan does not have that. If I look at it, it looks like it's oriented this way. So I'm trying to see where all the bolts are. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. All of them behind that pulley, hard to get to. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that pulley off because it obviously has to come off. Ought to be able to break these loose. It's rotating. Oh, come on. You should try to break those loose before you do this job. But if you can't, then we're probably gonna have to just get a swivel socket and get in there and get those. So let's get that belt off. I'm going to put a 14mm socket on my ratchet here, and I have it in the loosen direction. Get on the tensioner here, if I can get it. There we go. Give myself some oomph. Counterclockwise, that sure. Yeah, counterclockwise. That's loosening the belt, but my goodness, I want to get a bigger bar on there, I think. That's really tight. Not a favorable orientation, but can we get one? There we go. That's favorable. Oh, so much easier. All right. Probably not going to be fun to work with, this swivel socket, but we will give it a try. Let's at least start to get some of these broke loose, if we can. There we go. 1, 2 of 6. Boy, that's nice. They're finger tight once they're cracked. 3 of 6. We're definitely putting this thing back on with the pulley not on it. These bottom ones could be fun. I wish that pulley had holes through it so you could stick an extension through there. That would have been awesome, engineers. Let's get rid of the rest of this hose. It's just in my way right now. There, we're getting there. There we go. Now, let's see if we can break some knuckles here. Okay, no broken knuckles, just a 5th bolt loose. We've got 5 of 6 loose, so that's our last guy. We're not gonna let it beat us. The idea was to put a lift kit on this truck. Man, it makes it hard to work on. The brake loose. Now, are you gonna, hey, you're sliding back, I like that. There's not much room. I'm getting a pry bar. There we go, get off of there. Get off of there. There's the leakies. I still can't get a socket on there. In fact, it's probably gonna be even worse. But I might be able to get a 12mm wrench in there. We're hitting the pan, that's good. Okay, 12-point wrench. Come on, baby. We're on there enough. We should be able to break it loose. That tube is in my way. That's right where my engagement is. With the pulley off, this one's not gonna be so bad. If you're able to get your pulley off, you're lucky. We are on it just a little bit. I know that if I'm able to make that move, or if it slips off, that tube is gonna remove skin because I am on an angle on the head of that bolt, just barely. I would rather see if I can maybe push against it with this guy and give it some pressure. Come on. Oh, there's no room down there. I hit the housing of the water pump, so I didn't get it. Come on, let's try this again. See if we can maybe get on there. It wants to go on. We are right against that tube, and I don't know if I can engage and get past it. I can try. I'm kind of on it. Let's see what we got here. Probably gonna hit the housing again though. Same angle. The nice thing is these are finger tight. Most of the rest of them, only so far, and then they're gonna get hard. So that's gonna be fun too. Got water coming out. So we're about to have a lot more antifreeze when this thing starts coming out. Okay, 2 bolts out. Maybe the 1/4" ratchet with a 3" extension. No. Actually, that one's loose enough. I might just be able to do this. Okay, 3 out. We got the 4th bolt out. There we go. If you got big hands, I'm sorry. This job's not for you. No meat hooks can go in here. Nissan made sure that when they built these and designed them. As an engineer, all I can do is apologize on behalf of the engineering community. That is bolt number 5. And that, my friends, leaves us with just that one guy right there. Will this get on there and give me any oomph? I think I could get it on there. I just need you to get on there so I can break you loose. That's all I need. Oh, you are so close to going on there. Oh man, I'm so tired of holding this stupid light. And I know you can't see anything. I can use this to maybe help guide me. Oh, you are on. Now, can we apply pressure and break that loose? I'm against it again. Got another tooth. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, that sounded like it might have gone. We're turning. We are mostly in the pan. We got one over there on the left that doesn't like us, but if I rotate this, I miss the ones that are coming out the back. That one, I'm not even gonna be able to get fingers in there, and I can't leave this on long. If I do, I won't be able to get it off the end of that bolt. Let's see if I can get it off of there. There, come on, get up, you're out. And now, can I maybe? We're just gonna do the old flippy floppy. Flip it, barely grab the bolt, turn it, flip it, grab the bolt, turn it. So my advice is going to be to find a better way to lock that water pump pulley and break those things loose. Probably going to need some WD-40 or some penetrating lube on the back of them because they look a little rusty on the front, which means they're probably the same on the back. If you have those meat hooks and you're trying to get this job done in one day and you know you're going to be cussing, it might be best if you try to figure out a way to get those bolts out of that pulley. I bet I'm having to do this 9 times per rotation. That's 9 times per thread. That's a lot of times. That looks like it's falling out. So now I'm gonna take this guy back out. There's that guy, and there's that guy. Let's see if we can grab it before we lose it. Oh my God, my back is killing me. But we got it, and I'm sure there's probably not a damn thing wrong with it. I'm being a parts changer. I don't like it. I'm not proud.
Don't be a parts changer.
If you've been following the channel, you've seen me do it on the Trans Am for years. Nice green radiator fluid, everything looks nice and clean there. The gasket's still on there. Now we can get after these bolts here in the vise and then get that gasket cleaned off of there and then get ready to swap this guy out and put that thermostat in. We clamped this in the vise real quick and broke these loose with very little effort. We've been trying to get this pulley off of here and we don't want to damage it. It comes out at the outside of this rust ring. This part, the black part, comes off. We got some penetrating lube on both sides of it, trying to get in there a little bit because we've been hammering on it. It's not coming out. Hoping it doesn't require a press because then we're out of luck, and not having any good options for a nice big vise to really get in there and hammer on it without just having just barely the edge of the pulley, which makes it even worse for the pulley. If I could get really behind it, I wouldn't mind hammering on it good. I just don't have any good way to get really behind it. Oh, we might have got some movement there. Getting there. yes, we might be able to do something. We did it. We got it off. That thing I was telling you is this thing doesn't appear to have absolutely any issues. Wasn't weeping out any of the holes, anything like that. I'm going to take a little piece of emery cloth in here just to scuff that up. Stinky penetrating oil. I'm going to brake clean some of that off of there because I don't want that all over this guy. Nice and dry and polished and ready. We're not going to bolt that on, but I just want to see. Oh, that just falls right into place. That one feels good. This one does have a little bit of a brushing sound, like it's brushes on a electric motor. This one does not. Looks the same, all looks good. Let's go clean that gasket off. What we could hope for here is that it just peels off very, oh, you gotta be, oh, I love you. I love you. There's some little areas there where it's silver here, where we left some stuff behind. Here, 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 and here. But we'll get that cleaned off. Probably just grab a razor blade. You want to be careful that you're not cutting into that. Getting in there with that razor blade in a difficult area can make it even more likely that you might dig in because it's just hard to get to. When you got a big wide area like this, it's easy with the razor blade. It's when you got to go around those thin areas like down at the bottom that it gets tough. It's also kind of tough under here because I can't see anything I'm doing. I just want to make sure on those thin areas I'm being very flat and not rocking it over the edge. If I do, I'm taking aluminum. Again, I'm going to use some brake cleaner here. And wipe that all off. New gasket is not the metal type. It is a more of a paper type, as you can see by the bend. And it says to put a little bit of gasket sealer on both sides. So I'm going to do a little searching and see what kind of gasket sealer I might have around. It might just end up being silicone. We've got some clear silicone gasket maker. I'm just going to coat just a thin coat on both sides of this, and it'll be messy. I'm going to stick it on there and we're going to get that baby started. Thin coat on both sides. Looks like it goes this way, so let's just stick it in there. We're going to have a plan here. That plan is I'm going to put just a dab of silicone right here and squish that in there so it stays. Okay, and here we are. It's staying. All right, that is all 6 bolts finger tight. These babies get torqued to 87 inch-pounds, and we go in a crisscross pattern. I'm not gonna torque them all initially because I don't want to over tighten one and then come back to the others. I need a little longer reach than that little guy. The next one is the fun one. And this guy's not gonna get in there because of the fan clutch. Got them all snug except our friend. Oh, that one's already torqued. Well, let's go ahead and torque all of these except for our little friend. Okay, they're all at 87 except that guy down there. Let's see if extensions and adapters. Oh, that might get us there. Come on, get on it. It's a 12, right? We're on it. And we're torqued. Let's check the other ones just for chagrins. Good, 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 good. Yay! All of those torqued to 87 inch-pounds. We are ready to put hoses back on that we took off to what I would call FOM, facilitate other maintenance. Shaking and baking now, so let's see what we've got. Hose. I think we are ready for our pulley. Probably not gonna be able to tighten these babies until we get the belt on. but we'll snug them down. We're snug down. Now comes the fun part of getting the belt back on. We appear to be on there. Oh, we're not on there anymore. Why does it seem so loose? This is when you recheck your picture, because I think this goes over the top and this one comes from under here. This is gonna be fun. Right? No, it can't. Oh, Yaza. Yep, I'm right. This guy comes up here. This guy comes all the way up from here. Now we're looking right. Hey, why don't you come back over here again and watch from afar? You're kind of in my way. Now let's get our big wrench, breakover bar, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Are you on down there? I feel like you're on. I think that's properly tension installation of a belt. It looks like one notch out. I need to get you moved over. One notch. Everyone else appears to be happy. I'm trying to get that bottom guy one notch over. That looks better. Feels good. Yes, yes, yes. That part is good. We can now put this guy back on. But why not wait till we have the thermostat in, because he's a little bit deeper. The thing about the thermostat is the other one said top, this one doesn't, but this little dingleberry lets the trapped air escape up through, and air is usually high. So we're gonna leave that guy up high. I've got the gasket on there, the rubber seal, and everything's just clean. This is going in clean, no silicone. I'm just gonna pop it in there. Dingleberry up top drops right in, like so. Off camera, I did take a razor blade and just kind of scrape around in that groove just to make sure it was clear. I wiped this all off, it's clear. And so now we're gonna get our bolts and throw back in here. These three guys, the rusty ones. See if we can get one of them going at least. We are getting close, gentlemen and gentlemen. Sorry, ladies. I just don't think there's very many of you watching my content. These are all snugged down by hand, and we want to snug them down by torque. And these get 180 inch-pounds. That's a lot, but they have those little metal ferrules that run cylindrically through the holes to prevent you from smashing the plastic. But yeah, that is a much higher torque. I'm just tightening them all evenly as I go before I get to the max torque though, because I do want them to go down evenly. It sounds like a lot, but it's not that crazy. It's only 15 foot-pounds. And there we go. How easy is that? Check them all once. And we've got our water pump and our new thermostat in. That thermostat, by the way, is a 180 thermostat, just like the original factory one. They do make a cooler temperature one, an alternate thermostat, which is 170. I just stuck with the factory specification. No need to go anything different. I just want hot water. This has been the worst light to use for this job, and I do apologize for that, but the work must go on right where it was before. These guys are never the best clamps to use, but I'm using them. Sorry, especially to reuse them, but when they're this old, but they're doing the trick. They haven't been leaking. My hoses are in good shape, so let's just pretend that we put the kind on there that you would rather me put on there, and we'll just keep that as our own little secret. See if I can get any more oomph on these guys now that they're held in place better. That one already oomphed. All we've got is these 2 hose clamps and 2 hoses, and we're ready to give it a go. And the only thing left to do is fill it up. One thing I did do was clean out my bucket and my oil catch before we did this so that I could reuse this because this fluid looks good. I've got the cap off of the overflow tank. That's what you're hearing gurgle. Say the most that we had come out of the radiator and the engine is maybe at most a couple gallons. I'm thinking it's probably between 1.5 and 1 3/4. And that's all of it. We've put it all in. And I didn't spill maybe a cup or 2. That might be part of our problem, is that it's just low. I did check it before and it looked good, but you know, you never know. About a half gallon is all I had here. I don't hear that side gurgling anymore. You know, the funny thing is I haven't checked any to see if it's leaking anywhere, but it's not. I'm confident. We do good work around here. Oh, hey, there we go. All right, now we got it over there. We're looking good. I think we got enough in there. We're gonna put the cap on this guy. We're just gonna go ahead now and give you the old heave-ho. We're gonna start it up. Let that thermostat open up and see if that solves our heating problem. The temperature has barely even cracked off of the cold. It's just starting to heat up. And I already have heat in the cabin. And I can feel warm water on both sides. What did we do? I mean, it wasn't crazy, but maybe about a gallon, because I've got not quite a half gallon of the distilled water I put in, plus about a half gallon of the Prestone. So maybe it was a gallon low. So it was either that, or the thermostat, or the water pump. I'm gonna say that it was the thermostat, because I think even a gallon low, it would be circulating good enough. The air would all be up here at the top. You'd be pumping good fluid out the bottom, and it should push through that and cause you to have warm air. The bottom hose doesn't feel warm. The bottom hose is cold. The thermostat hasn't opened yet because it is warm on top and warm up here. So we're still waiting for that thermostat to open. I'm gonna get my temperature gauge. That bottom pipe is 69 degrees. 75. Nope, 69. I like that better. This top one's 108, 90, maybe 113. And it has not opened up yet, but we've got heat in the truck. So what's interesting is it is blowing warmish air, but it's not as warm as it was initially, and that's really odd. I'm wondering if maybe we still have some air pockets up top. Once again, it's starting to feel a little bit like it's hotter on the high side than it is on the low side. Yeah, it's back to its old tricks. Well, the good thing is we've got a smooth running truck, new water pump, no leaks, everything's back the way it should be. I wonder if that fan clutch is just too much. I mean, it's pulling a lot of air and it doesn't feel very warm. That would make sense for why we don't seem to ever be able to get heat until we are running higher RPMs for a longer period on the highway. It's not circulating through. That thermostat hasn't opened yet, I don't think. Either that or the fan's extremely efficient, going from 170 to 95. Because that fan's pulling so much, and maybe that fan clutch just needs to be replaced. Well, there you have it, guys. That's how you change the water pump and your thermostat on an 04 to 15 Nissan Titan. It's not that hard, but there are some really hard aspects to it that if you could get those bolts off of that pulley, I highly recommend you do that to make the whole job go a lot quicker and be a lot easier. But hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this type of content and what we're putting out, please get down there and like and subscribe to Fearless Mods. Become one of the many And anyway, keep coming back because we keep putting out content for you guys and we enjoy it. So that's going to be it for today. Been a long day. We'll catch you on the next one. You guys take care.